There goes the fence from the side of the house, taking the level of the soil down on the south side of the house. So that will then expose this last step. So we've done it with all the others, levelled the ground out and exposed the steps. So that's what we're doing today. We're on the edge of the woods, so all the excess soil is going to go, there's my washing line, it's going to go into this area of the woods. What we're doing today is working on the south side of the house. So we're bringing the soil level down to be equal with the rest that we've worked round. So we've actually followed the stonework around the house, bringing the soil level down, because the steps around the house were not exposed, they were covered with soil. So this is the last section to do, so it will expose the steps properly. The last step outside the laundry door. We have got pipe work underneath here though, so all those pipes at the side of the house are the new ones which were put in when our tank was put in, when the micro station was put in place. We've got a lot of pipe work under the ground here, so we're hoping it's deep enough that we can still bring the soil level down. Once it's down, we're going to put weed suppressant down and gravel it. Put the weed suppressant down. This is nice and flat now. He's buried all the pipes, so they all go through there now into the woods for the rainwater. So he's got to do a little catchment thing on that, so he'll cement that in the next couple of days, that one and that one.
So here is the finished area that we've been gravelling. We're going to make this into a little area for washing. We're going to put a trellis along this border just to screen it from the garden, and we're going to have 3 whirligigs in there so we can dry our washing. And Barbara's been round the edge, right the way round, with stone just to delineate the edge and keep all the gravel in place. Where Barbara has delineated the edge with stones, she's come along and on the corner she's built a cairn. So I've been round making little water receptacles for where the downpipes come down, so that's one. There's another one just over here which just needs finishing off. There's another one here, it's still got its former in it. There's another one on this corner that's had its inside former taken out, but it's still got the plastic in the hole just to stop it from being filled up with cement. Got to take the outside shuttering out. And around the corner here I've made a junction, so the pipe comes in from the left and goes out to the right, and this one will come in from the top. And then I've made a little cistern, bricked up a little cistern in there which just needs to be rendered out, and that'll be all done. So I'm a little bit damp. I've just been putting the light up in the main tent, and it's rather warm in here. So just run, I've got a cable coming into the corner where I've got a socket, light switch, and the cable comes across the top to the chandelier in the middle. That should work. Ta-da! Marvellous. So we're up the glamping field and the tent now has a light in it, and it's been christened the clubhouse by our current guests. There's somewhere you can go and sit and play games and cards and read of an evening in the peace and quiet and comfort.
I'm in the games barn and we're going to do some work today on the bulls pitch. So we gravelled the whole of the barn. We've surrounded the bulls pitch with straw bales and we've just started rollering it. So we're going to try and compress the gravel as much as possible. Then we're going to cover with a fine grit and then possibly sand as well, just to make a smooth surface for playing. We need it smooth enough that a ball will roll on it. Here comes Mark with the roller, making gas bottles. We've tracted in quite a lot of grit. So this is one sack full of grit.
1 cubic metre.
1 cubic metre sack. And it's going to go quite a long way, I think. So today we are replacing what was on the weed suppressant here in the meadow, which was leaf mulch from our lime tree. We're replacing it with gravel.
Replacing the leaf mulch with gravel because the leaf mulch just gets dug up and pooed in, so I'm going to try gravel instead. Use the leaf mulch elsewhere.
Gravel areas completed. One here, one over there. In the pond meadow, surrounded by wild grasses. We've got an avenue of trees behind. And then it comes round to some of our old buildings. Lovely and peaceful, just the birds. and you have the view of all the fields beyond and the woodland. I'm to the side of the house in the plane trees again. So this small plane tree, I've tried air layering it before. I want to take off 3 short branches to use in the drive over there where we have 3 missing plane trees. So I thought it'd be nice to try and get the shoots of these to plant over there. And what I've done, I've tried before this area, so scraping back the bark with a knife to the white wood underneath, and it did start to work. Here's one root that was put out, but then it got infested with ants, so I've taken it apart, given it a breather. I've gone through the cut again, just taken the bark off. I'm now going to wrap it all with wet moss, tie it up with some plastic and give it a month and have another look at it again. And there's my wet moss wrapped around the branch, wrapped in polythene to stop the moisture escaping, tied at either end, and we'll see whether it works this time.